Hi there, traders. This is Brad Goodwin with today's trading action. All right, let's just start with a bit of a recap of yesterday. RBA cut rates by 0.25, but they're a little bit hawkish in their statement, right? So the change of rates is bearish. The hawkish tone balanced that out. So not much movement there. The UK employment numbers. Now, a really good employment change. And the unemployment rate was sort of pretty much thereabouts. The offset was the claim here, right? The claiming count change. How many people were claiming benefits? That went up from minus 15,000 last month to 22,000 this month. So that sort of put a bit of a damper on it, sort of slowed down any topside move in sterling. And then you come down to the Canadian inflation numbers, basically in line with expectations, right? So it really, like three opportunities there, and they all sort of come out the same way. If anything, if you're looking for what's going on, the dollar, well, they're saying like the Russian-Ukraine peace talks are stalling, and that's taking a bit of giving the dollar a bit of a boost, right? So if we look at the major currency pairs, this is where the news services can embellish a bit because it's only marginal, right? You've got this slightly move down, slightly better employment numbers keeps the sterling just with its head up. As you can see, the Aussie just really diffused, waiting for US dollar direction now. The Kiwi, it's going to be in focus today, right? So 50 basis point cut, 90% factored in. There's a 75 basis point cut with the 10 or 11% factor in, right? So that is going to be of interest. That comes out in about an hour's time. So we'll see how that goes. The rest of them, well, it's just that week where we're not getting the numbers lining up, right? And then obviously we've got sort of Trump working away sort of with this Ukraine Russian peace talks, whatever that might be. But I think the market's waiting for the next penny to drop. Okay, so if you just have a look where the global markets are, right? Let me just get rid of that news at the top. Okay, so US Treasury yields, if you're having a look from yesterday, slightly higher, right? Across the board. That gives the dollar a stronger footing, and that's just keeps the euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi under check. And with nothing positive, I know sterling had a little bit better of a employment number, but the RBA neutral, CPI in Canada neutral. There's been no momentum coming from these opportunities, right? But that sort of comes into play today because we do have on the back of those stronger or slightly stronger employment numbers in UK, we've got the CPI numbers coming out, right? So these two numbers here are the sort of core ones. So don't forget, we've got the core CPI, the retail price index, and actually, you know what? Keep an eye on this services data. I've highlighted that in the live trade hub as something to watch. Services have been being the major cause of large inflation. So just be aware of what the poll is. The forecast there, 2.8 year on year, 0.3 for the month on month. And if you're looking for the range, which is the important ingredient of these releases, that's what we'll be looking at very closely, right? And I'll be running a live session on this. So if you do jump on the website, on the Trades for Traders website, you'll be able to scan through to the live sessions and just click on that opportunity. All right, guys. So really, you know what? It's coming into Wednesday. The markets are really lining up. If anything, to me, I look at the charts here. They are a little bit diffused. There's a little bit of dollar in there, but there's room for action, right? Sterling, prime time today with the UK CPI. Don't forget the RBNZ expected to cut by 0.5. So if you do see that, don't go and sell because it's already in there, right? The statement will be key. The surprise factor would be a 0.75% cut. I can't see it happening, but that's the surprise, and it would go down aggressively. So keep an eye on the statement for the Kiwis. Join in for the live trading session on the sterling, and let's see if we can't make odds and ends out of these markets. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.